Good morning, AP Langers. I hope you are ready for another exciting week. This week today we're going to do an SAT grammar passage. Tomorrow and Wednesday we're going to be working on locating shifts in a rhetorical analysis prompt and then writing about those shifts. So basically how to write, practicing again, writing our transition sentences. Thursday we're going to work on some I don't know if I'd call it creative writing, but writing a little more descriptively. This could be in fiction or nonfiction writing. Of course, we're focusing on nonfiction. We're going to apply all of these skills, I hope you're starting to realize, mostly towards your college application essay, which are going to assign very soon. But if I have a what's going on today. I don't know if you heard, but a truckload with thousands of copies of Roget's Thesaurus spilled on the expressway the other day. Witnesses were stunned, startled, aghast, taken back, stupefied, confused, shocked, rattled, paralyzed, dazed, bewildered, mixed up, surprised, dumbfounded, nonplussed, flabbergasted. They were astounded, amazed, confounded, astonished, overwhelmed, horrified, numbed, speechless, and perplexed. Okay, let's look at from last week. I asked you to write a lead, and so when we're taking a holistic response to a rhetorical prompt, we want to make sure we're addressing our rhetorical triangle, so audience, strategy, and purpose. Characterize the relationship between the audience and speaker if we can. The main thing the author is doing with language. Remember, we're going to focus on verbs if we can. Let me get my little highlighter pointer here. What the author did with language. Oh, that's not working. Oh, there we go. And then name the full range of the author's purpose if we can, right? So the author's purpose here. When we're writing, we want our leads to be accurate. They have to be what I say has to be reflected in the text. I want them to be comprehensive, clear, and concise in that order. So first, comprehensive, that cover the full range. Clear, it's easy to understand, and concise, I'm using as few words as I absolutely need to. And then the last one, the least important, is eloquent. We try to make it sound pretty. All right, so I wrote a couple of leads here. The first is the junior varsity kind of lead here. So it answers the question, but maybe doesn't do it in as sophisticated a way. By using repetition, imagery, and guilt, Lord Chesterfield convinces his son that it is important for him to try hard in school and be a credit to the family name. Okay, so we have kind of a listy X here, and then we have mentioning the audience, and then he wants his son to try hard in school and be a credit to the family name. Those are certainly true. And so, like I said, this answers the question, but it's just not as sophisticated or as full a response as we would want. So the varsity one, Lord Chesterfield's letter is by no means the well-intentioned vessel for sage advice that it pretends to be. All right, so now I'm getting to both what it is on the surface and that it is not actually that thing. So I'm noticing the sarcasm or the irony in the approach through his understated and at times contradictory letter. Okay, again, X, right? So I have some nice mentioning of what the author is doing with language. The father is able to sway his son through that most parental of devices, guilt, right? So convincing his son and then through guilt are both purposey things. And then the connection between audience and author right here, right? The most parental of devices. So by the letter's end, there is little doubt as to what the Lord really values, the family's reputation. And so I get to the ultimate why in this case, the idea that Lord Chesterfield really just values his name, his own name. And he values his son's name only, and so that is a reflection of his own. Okay, so I hope this was helpful to you. Pause it, rewatch it, whatever you need to do. Of course, you can always ask me questions. For today, do your SAT grammar, and then tomorrow we're going to continue working with Chesterfield. All right.